In this video, you will learn how to graph a set of data using Excel and how to add a trend line to your graph. The set of data I am using is from a set of food dyes at different concentrations. As you can tell, there are two columns in my dataset, one for concentration and one for the absorbance. Any values in the left-hand column are your x-axis or independent variables, and the right-hand column is the dependent variable or y-axis. Since my variables are very small numbers, I have to type in scientific notation. One way to do that in Excel is to type the number like this. As you can see, the program reads it as if it were fully typed out. Now that your data set is complete, you should highlight all the values that you want in the graph. Click on the upper left cell containing your data and drag your cursor to the bottom right so that all the numbers you want in your graph are included. Don't highlight the column headings, as this could create some formatting issues. At the top of the page, select Insert and then Scatter Plot. From this menu, you can select other types of graphs, but for today's purposes, we're going to be using a scatter plot. You should now have a basic scatter plot on your screen without a title. Now you will need to add some elements to make an effective graph. Newer versions of Excel will have a small green plus sign next to the graph where you can add things like axis titles and a trend line. Otherwise, you should click on your graph and select the Design option from the toolbar at the top. Then select Add Chart Element and pick Axis Titles. You will want an axis title for both the primary horizontal and primary vertical axes. Select the text boxes that appear on the graph and label both of your axes. For this graph, I am naming the y-axis absorbance and the x-axis concentration. Don't forget to add units when applicable. Now there is already a text box for the chart title, so go ahead and click there next. Your title should be a good description of what your graph is explaining. For example, my graph is a calibration curve of a blue food dye. Generally though, you just want your graph title to be able to explain what units are on your x and y axes. The last element that your graph needs is a trend line to show the general direction of your dataset. Under the chart elements, select the trend line option and you will notice a line appear connecting all your plot points. To format your trend line, click on the line itself and right-click to bring up the Options menu and select Format Trend Line. The dataset I am using is linear, but from this page you can select other trend line options. At the bottom of this menu, you will want to select the equation and r-squared boxes. Keep in mind that the equation on screen is presented in slope-intercept form. In this case, the slope of the line is the number right before the x. The slope is essentially the change in the y values over the change in x values. So in this case, it would be the change in absorbance over the change in concentration. The equation for a straight line is written as y equals mx plus b. As I already mentioned, the m in this case is the slope of the line, x and y are plot points on the graph, and b is the location on the graph where the line crosses over the y-axis. Using this equation, you can find any x value given a y value and vice versa. This graph is showing us that the absorbance and concentration are directly related because the slope is moving in the positive direction. The r-squared value also tells you how close the plot points are to the trend line. The closer to 1 this value is, the more your values fit a linear trend. If you want the equation to be in scientific notation, click on the text box and select the number category in the right-hand menu. In the drop-down menu, select Scientific, and that will display your equation in scientific notation. Finally, if you want your graph in another document, simply click on the graph in the chart area and copy it. Now you can paste your graph in any other document you desire. However, doing this will link the graph to the Excel page, meaning any changes to the spreadsheet will affect your graph. However, you can save the graph as an image to get around this. Hopefully you found this video to be helpful, and good luck creating graphs of your own in the future.